when he explained, she said she just thought that was hilarious that people would write something on a piece of paper and put it in an envelope, put it in a post box, put a stamp on it, wait 3 days. Thought that was hilarious. Hi, Vicky. Lovely to see you. Kelly, Gail, Elizabeth, see you. Lovely to see you. Good.
All right. Well, we're getting down to start time here, aren't we?
I'm just still watching the waiting room, letting people in.
Got a few more people trickling in. All right.
Anyone got anything to report from last week? The session we had? Any changes in your life? Things you've noticed that are different since we've been doing these breakout broadcasts? None of you. I might as well go home then, haven't I?
I've had more creativity, Freddie, that's for sure.
Me as well.
Well done, Peter.
Good, Peter.
Yeah, definitely there's a difference. More clarity, and my visualizations are happening. It's great fun, actually. You can
That's great.
go through your day, and just it goes brilliantly. So it's wonderful. I wouldn't miss this for the world now. It's great.
Great. It's always great to see you.
Yeah, you too.
I put a message in our self-hypnosis group WhatsApp this earlier today that I had a computer in my office that I forgot about, and that's what I'm setting up right now to use. And I forgot my password because I haven't used it in like 2 years. And so I sat at the computer and for like 10 minutes, I was trying different passwords. And then I was like, I took a breath and I just asked my subconscious mind for it. And I went to type it in and it was still wrong. But then I went to type it in again and it was like my fingers just started typing and I knew where they were going and then it was the right password. So the subconscious mind usually has those answers if you know how to ask it the right way.
You know, some years ago, we ran some training in Paris, my son Anthony and I. Students were there, and Anthony had booked this room. And it was one of those things like a Airbnb kind of conference room. But so the person wasn't there, but I left a number with a key in the box and outside, and you had to have the combination to get the key out of the box to open the door. Reason they hadn't sent the combination, and we had a queue of students down the stairs. It's a beautiful place in Paris, and I just honestly, I swear to God, this was true. So Anthony said, "What are we going to do? What are we going to do?" I said, "Just put these numbers." I don't even know why I said it, right? Of all the combinations, and it was exactly the combination. Open this box to get the key out. And I didn't explain to the students that I don't do that all the time, that it was just pure luck. So we started that training with them thinking I was some kind of wizard, which of course I am. Anyway, yeah, but that actually happened. And I was so amazed myself, but I kept it to myself as if it was just something I do all the time. Just guess random combination numbers and they're right. Okay, good. Right.
You tried that with the lottery yet?
No, I haven't. But now you've said it, I'm definitely going to do it. Yeah. I'll let you know. If I'm not here next week, you know that I found the numbers.
Yeah, there'll be signs. All right, we ready to get rolling here, Freddie?
I'm ready when you are. You're on record? Yeah, you're recording. Good.
I have it, but if you would record it as well, because just for a backup, because we're missing a little piece from last week. But I think,
okay.
Yeah, I got it going on my end. Okay, so welcome everybody. We are, as always, thrilled to have you on another breakthrough broadcast. And you know, we get inspired every week with different content and different ideas. And so today is a process I've done with the group once before, and it's going to change you, I think. So it's a perspective shifting process. And so life is perspective. And when we can get a new perspective on who we are, on our relationships, on our businesses, it not only changes the way we see them, but it changes the amount of mental, subconscious, emotional resources that we have available. When we can change our perception or our perceptual position, which is what we'll get into, when we can change our perceptual position, we see things differently. We have different emotions. We have different understandings, and we can relate to people better. So how many of you are familiar? You can leave it in the chat as well. How many of you are familiar with the idea of perceptual positions? It's a concept in NLP. Okay. Georgia. I can't see everybody at the same time. Nolene. All right, perfect. So a perceptual position is the position we take when we're viewing or perceiving something. I'm going to say when we're perceiving something because that allows room for all of our senses. So imagine, but we'll get into this more through the process, but I want you to imagine as your partner, your spouse, your wife, your ex, your husband, whatever, as your partner, if they were to view you, how would they see you? They're going to have a different perceptual position than how you view yourself. You in the future will view your current self from a different perceptual position. Your younger self will view your current self from a different perceptual position. And so we're going to basically just shake up our perceptual positions. We're going to look at our life from above, from below. We're going to look at our relationships from the perspective of the relationship. Like if the relationship was a person and they had opinions, what would their perceptual position be like? And when we do this, I have a bunch of kind of those key core relationships and parts of our life that we're going to view you and we're going to view them from. So leave me a comment if there's anything specific that you want to experience. So I've got, we'll do some business and relationship stuff. I got a few other things we'll time, but if there's anything specific that you want to experience a different perceptional position from, just leave me a comment, or you can even you can speak up. I would love to hear from you before we get started. So this is going to be from coffee. Okay, interesting. So this is going to be a kind of experiential process. We're going to go in and out of trance, of perceptual positions. I'm going to be asking for some feedback and see how you're doing, how your perceptions are shifting, what you're understanding that you didn't understand just moments before. And I would encourage you to share live on the call as much as possible, because when you have an insight, it often validates other people's insights as well. And it gives them new ideas and new perceptions. So if you want to share how your perceptions are changing, what you're experiencing, I would love that. And that helps me guide things as well. So yeah, we're just going to go in and out. We're just going to play today. We'll do a bunch of things. We'll go back and forth. So as we go in and out, just don't go so deep in hypnosis that you enter that state of pure bliss. Whatever you do, don't go all the way down. Don't get super fractionated to the point where you can experience these things so vividly, just like they were reality, and take on a new perspective as you do, or don't. And so as you get situated and get comfortable, ready to go on a little journey with me, I wonder if you're already feeling that state of trance percolating through your entire being now, or if it's about to start in just a few seconds, getting stronger and more profound, more relaxing. And I wonder, as your eyes are closing or closed, if you're feeling more safe and more at peace now that you know there's nothing to do, nothing you need to become, and nowhere to go for just a few minutes as we journey into your unconscious mind. And as you sit in that chair, I wonder how vividly you could imagine if your entire world was turned upside down. And of course, you're still stuck in that chair, but if you had the experience of just hanging upside down, noticing everything in your room, everything in your reality, physically upside down. I wonder if you may feel the blood flowing differently in your body, maybe a sense of weightlessness. As you sit in that chair, having the experience that you are upside down. And how do you know you aren't normally? And maybe the other side of the world is right side up. And from this position, I want you to get a perspective of your left hand. Put your consciousness into your left hand, imagining that you are your left hand, having the experience of being attached to that body. How would your left hand view you? How would your left hand think about you? Perfect. And find yourself right side up again, relaxing even deeper. Maybe you feel that blood flow changing directions, melting into your chair. And I want you to think of your romantic partner. And if you don't have one, you can imagine your ideal romantic partner. Your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. And imagine seeing their face and feeling the love and appreciation that you have for them. In a moment, I'm going to have you float in and take on their perspective and look back at yourself, knowing what they know, experiencing you, how they experience you. And imagine floating into your partner and looking through their eyes and their perception at you. And notice how they see you, how they experience you. Notice the feelings they have for you. What do you notice? If they could tell you something, what would they tell you that you don't already know? What do they need more of in your relationship? What are they longing for? How could you grow and evolve to be a better partner? And feel and experience the love and appreciation they have for you from their perspective and how they see you. And in a moment, I'm going to have you float up into the position of your relationship, almost as if the relationship was personified and had an opinion, had a perspective. And float up out of your partner now into the position that third position of the observer like you were the relationship. Observing how those two people are relating. And from the relationship perspective, what do you notice? What do you see? What could be done better in this relationship? And as you see yourself from the position of the relationship, is there anything that you would like to change about yourself? And take a moment and create a symbol for all of what you just experienced and learned and know now, to bring with you back into conscious awareness. What is that symbol? What is the lesson from this perspective shift? And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5, snap my fingers. You'll come back into the Zoom call with a new awareness, ready to write it down and move on to the next process. 1, feeling better and better, more and more energized. 2, be a better partner and connect deeper. 3 times more aware of the needs of your partner for a better relationship. And 5, eyes open, ready to just take any notes and discuss any changes that you would like to make or anything that you learned. And you can speak up and share, or you can leave a comment. Oh, we got an interesting comment in the thread. Yeah, sometimes it's time to leave a relationship, and you need a different perceptual position to realize that. Because when you're, I think we've probably all been there. When you're stuck in it, sometimes it's hard to see. It's hard to get a perspective on what's on the other side of that. So it's an interesting awareness. Anyone else want to share? Be patient as we both navigate age-related hearing loss. Okay. Patience. That's a great one. Does anyone want to unmute themselves and share?
Yeah, I can share.
All right, Maria, we'd love to hear.
I clearly see the word appreciation and listening to each other. I think, yeah, it is main idea.
It's
in
already,
my
you're saying it's already there?
I knew that it should be a focus, but I saw that really clear when you were in this, putting us in this position.
Okay, good. Good. Anyone else? We'll go to the
Thank
next
you.
one.
Oh, quick. For some reason, it felt like I did not want to be seen at the beginning. And so I've been encouraged to be seen more. So my symbol is like, hey, here I am.
Okay, and has that shown up in this relationship, in multiple relationships, in other areas of your life as well?
I would say, yeah, pretty much, like not wanting to be on stage, not wanting to be seen because being seen, potentially being judged, right?
Well, you're being seen on this call by lots of people, and we appreciate it. So thank you for putting that out there. These perspectives and processes often run unconsciously until we shift out of them and we say, oh, you know what? I actually want to be seen more, and I'm willing to voice that. So that's great. Thanks for sharing that. All right. Okay, so let's do the next one. We'll go into a good one here. All right, so everybody can kind of just start to relax again. Getting comfortable, getting resituated. In a moment, I'm going to say the word relax 4 times. And you'll find yourself back in that state, imagining vividly, changing your perceptions of your reality. Because your perceptions are your reality. And as you exhale, just begin to relax even deeper, feeling a sense of expansion, a sense of awareness as you relax. Now, twice as deep, twice as profound. Relax. And on the 4th and final time, finding that perfect state for transformation as you relax. And this time, we're going to focus on your business, your clients, or your sources of revenue, or your career. In a moment, I'm going to have you shift positions and view and experience what your clients experience. And your client might be your employer. You may have clients like Freddie and I do. You may work with businesses. Whoever is your client, whoever you're providing goods and services to, go ahead and shift into their position. How do they experience you, your marketing, and your services? What do they know? If they could tell you what they wanted, what would they tell you? If your clients could tell you what they appreciate about you and what you do well, how you add value to them, what would they tell you? What makes them want to do or not want to do business with you? How could you add more value to them? From your client's perceptual position, how could you add more value to them? How could you make them feel more seen and appreciated and loved? How could your marketing, what marketing could you do to touch them even more, to connect with them deeper, to help more? And shift into the position of your business. If your business was a person and all of your business systems were like the organs and systems in your body, how would your business communicate with you? What would it tell you? Does it need more attention? What areas of your business need more attention? What's stopping your business from growing even more? From your business's perceptual position, how could it be more profitable? And finally, what else, if there's anything else your business could tell you that maybe you've been missing, what would it tell you? Good. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And you can bring a symbol or a short message out with you with any of these new awarenesses or new perceptions about your business, your clients, and how you could show up even better in your business. And what areas you need to focus on. If you could turn that into just a simple symbol or a few words and bring those out with you. 1, experiencing new perceptual positions. 2, expand your consciousness and your life 3 times more confidently. 4, 5, eyes open. Take a moment and just write down, just jot down any new awarenesses that you're having about your clients, your business. And if anybody wants to share, I'd love to hear from you. I see Gwen has a comment that the first process didn't work for her. She didn't go into a trance and didn't have a partner. That's okay. This is just vivid imagination as you start to imagine different perceptual positions. If you can experience a different perceptual position, you're already in trance. Because trance is just when you experience something in your mind more real than what's in the external world. That's what a trance is like. So, Anna says, be more active, looking for red cars. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but a new idea and understanding. Perfect.
Can I share that with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's the theory, isn't there, where how many red cars did you see today? And for every one you saw, I'll give you £1,000 or $1,000. And the person may say, well, none. So tomorrow, however many you see, I will give you £1,000 for each one. So they will look for the opportunities then.
It's a metaphor for the opportunities. Brilliant. Okay.
It is, yeah.
And do you feel like previously your reticular activating system wasn't tuned into those opportunities?
I think what happens is it subsides, and sometimes it goes too far down before I start seeing the red cars again, and then I have to catch myself on and get back on track.
Perfect. That's a perfect metaphor for business, because often we know what's important and we get sidetracked with bookkeeping and all the things in life. And then we can have a moment like this. We're like, oh, I got to refocus on seeing those red cars, on generating that revenue, on this specific opportunity.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, great.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for sharing. Anyone else want to share?
Alison?
I wrote a list. So my clients come to me because of my energy, my transparent communication, me having their back. What I could do better is dress better, make systems, manage their expectations. I just learned how to use YouTube ads and get a lot of hits on their properties. And my mindset could be better, and I should talk to more people in general.
Lots of awarenesses. Okay, great. And I'm sure you can make a plan to apply all that stuff in the next week or two, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
And just while you're on that, Alison, just to let everybody know, we have Elizabeth here. You can see her, Elizabeth Sterling. Last year in Hypno Thoughts Live, she did her first presentation, and she is a social media expert. If you haven't seen her, then you haven't really been looking at social media, because she's everywhere. But if any of you are interested in being more present on social media, check out Elizabeth. She's fantastic at what she does. And I'm sure we can all, I know we can all benefit by, listening to her and seeing what I don't know if she's running any training. I think she is, but look at what she's doing and check her out. We're lucky to have her here this evening for me to mention her.
I'll pay you later.
Yeah.
You can send me the check later. Yeah. You probably don't even know what a check is anyway. You're too young to know what a check is.
Yeah, just send the cryptocurrency. That's perfect now. All right, I'm trying to keep up with these comments here. Elizabeth says she loves helping people share their message on social media. Yeah, I love watching your stuff online. Increase engagement in social media. And a lot of people lose track of social media is social, right? It's starting and having conversations, building relationships. It's not just putting a post out where you're teaching something and then walking away and forgetting about it, right? So just a reminder, I'm sure all of you know that, but all right. So anyone else want to share a business insight they got or a perceptual understanding they didn't have before I move on?
May I just ask, what it was very amusing. I cannot type. Okay, I've been to 3 typing classes in my life. I've received my certificate, and I still cannot type. So I'm certainly going to use hypnosis to get over that. So you can all be my accountability. So this is so back to basics. I'm even smiling at how quick the comments have been typed here.
Okay.
So,
When
I would love any insights that you guys can help me to. I've done a lot of self-hypnosis on trying to type. So
Well, the other thing that you're saying, Brian, which is the big one, is that you've had three typing classes. You can type.
yes.
All the time you're saying I can't type. Of
Oh,
course
I
you can
love it.
type. And so you've got to change it. Of course I can type. So I can type, and you'll find you can. It's as simple as that. All the time you're saying you can't do it, you won't be able to. You know, and it's amazing what our mind can ignore. I did a stage show once. I've done a couple, but you know, just to get it out of my system. But in it, I made I made some stuff invisible, and people just could not see what it was. They couldn't see me. I made myself invisible. I just said, "You won't be able to see me or the clothes I'm standing up in." And it's amazing. You can move stuff around, and people think it's mad because I see stuff floating through the air. They can't see you. And I changed that, and I said, you know, it was talking to people in sales, and I said, you know, how many opportunities are right in front of you? Just because you're saying you can't see them, you can't see them. Once you say I can, I will see every opportunity that comes along. I will notice every red car in that metaphorical way that Anne was talking about. I will see every business opportunity that comes along, and you'll find you're seeing things you hadn't seen before. And it's the same when we say I can or I can't. It's just the same thing. The moment you say, of course I can type, you've been doing it forever. You'll find you're doing it without even thinking. Let us know how you get on.
I will. Thanks a million.
So I have one question for you well, 2 questions. First of all, I guess when did you make a decision that you couldn't type? Is there a specific memory?
Well, I can't.
That's okay. As you think about that, I want you to then think about this question. How would you know that you've made it and that you could type? What would be your metric for understanding, oh, you know what, I am able to type? How would you know?
That'd be in flow.
You would be in flow. Well, flow is a feeling, right?
Yes.
So you would have a feeling of being in flow.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt like you were in flow when you weren't typing?
Pretty much. I'm in flow pretty much every day, really.
Every day. Okay. So you're in flow every day. What would happen if you just typed like you were still in flow?
Yeah.
What if you just brought that feeling in?
Okay.
All right, so let's go back to I want to do a couple different shifts here, and maybe you can tie that the typing belief in with the next thing we're gonna do. We're gonna shift along our timeline a little bit. We're gonna look at ourselves from our different age groups, and then we're gonna go out into the future and look back on ourselves and get a new perceptual position there. So is everybody ready for that? All right, perfect. So get comfortable, get situated. And feel into your body. Feel your breath in your nostrils. Feel your tongue relaxing down your throat. And feel that sense of relaxation move around your ears, around your eyes. Those eyes becoming so relaxed, they just don't want to work. And feel that relaxation spreading in all those little muscles. And imagine trying to open those eyes and noticing the harder you try, the heavier they get and the more relaxed they get. And as you feel that sensation spreading through your entire being, you allow yourself to just drift beyond time, beyond space, beyond the physical body. A sense of expansion, a sense of limitless awareness. As you begin to drift up and out of your body, through the top of your head, that crown chakra drifting higher and higher, above the timeline of your life. Looking down on your life and seeing all the amazing adventures, all the beautiful people you've met, all the things you've learned easily, like tying your shoes and typing. And look down and see all of your victories throughout your entire life and all of the victories to come. And notice how small and imperceivable any of those old problems are. From this perspective, high above the timeline of your life, notice how inconsequential, how impermanent those problems were. See them shrinking. And maybe those problems were even stepping stones to your greater success, to your greater victories. In a moment, I'm going to have you go way back in time to yourself as a little, playful, innocent child. And go ahead now, all the way back in time, stepping into yourself as an innocent and playful child. Looking ahead to your life, what you experience and what you become. And imagine as that little child seeing yourself now. Looking up to yourself for all you've been through, all you've experienced, all you've persisted through, all you've learned. And as that little child perceiving you from this perceptual position, what do you know? What are you proud of? What do you admire? What are you grateful for about your future self? There's one thing you could tell that future version of you, the older version of you, as this little child, what would you tell them? What would you remind them of? What was important to you at this age? And in just a moment, I'm going to count from 3 to 1. When I say 1, you're going to shoot forward in time through that timeline all the way out to your future self. Years from now, when you've accomplished everything you want to accomplish and become everything you're destined to be. In 3, preparing to zoom through your life at a rapid pace all the way into that future. 2, anticipating and looking forward to it. And 1, shooting through that timeline so quickly all the way into the future. as your future self. That version of you capable of anything, who's overcome, who's learned, who's grown. And from this perspective, looking back on your entire life, what do you know now? What do you realize was truly important about life? What were the most important moments in your life from this perceptual position? And if you could go back in time and give your present self any piece of advice, what would you tell them? What would you remind them of? What opportunities are there for them? What should they focus on? Let them know anything else you want them to know as this future version of you who's accomplished everything you want to accomplish and become everything you're destined to be. And begin to experience that whole timeline compressing into the present moment. Your past self, your future self, your current self, all coming back into now simultaneously, right into your heart space. And feel the love and appreciation you have for yourself, for your past self, your future self, and your present self. From this new perspective, what do you appreciate about who you are now? What do you love about yourself? What's truly important in life? And in a moment, I'm going to have you drift back out of your body from the perceptual position of the divine, whether that's God, universe, whatever that is to you. And just float up into that position, being one with all, infinite awareness expanded in all directions, no judgment, complete peace, and complete understanding. And from this perceptual position, from the position of the divine, knowing that everything is in its right and perfect place and order, and everything is going exactly as it should. Look down and perceive yourself from this position with infinite love, infinite gratitude, infinite awareness. From this position, what do you know about yourself? How differently do you perceive yourself and your life from this position? How much kindness and love and compassion do you now have for yourself from the perspective, from the perceptual position of the divine? And notice all the feelings in your body now, all the awarenesses you're having now. And if you could take everything you're experiencing and turn that into a symbol, what would that symbol be? And imagine seeing and feeling that symbol and shrinking it down and putting it in your pocket to always remind you that you are more than you think. Whatever you think you are always more than that. And drift back down into the body, bringing that symbol with you, bringing that new expanded awareness, the new perceptual position, feeling back into your heart space as you breathe deep and relaxed, life-giving breaths. Feel that oxygen flowing through your blood. And notice what's different now. Notice how different you feel about your life and your business and your partner and your future. And know that at any time, you can change your perceptual position and change how you feel, change how you think, change how you perceive, easily and automatically. And you may begin to notice your breathing increase as you provide more energy to your muscles and your brain, coming back into your physical body, feeling the tips of your toes and the tips of your fingers. With every breath, you may find a smile just takes over your face, filled with joy and ease. Allowing your new expanded awareness and that symbol to go with you into every area of your life from now on. Coming back onto the Zoom call, feeling incredible and ready to share. All right, everybody, how'd we do? Some smiles. Anybody want to share? Gail says smiling. Good. Freddie, for some reason, I can't get out of, I can't see gallery view. I'm not sure. I just updated my Zoom. So if anybody raises their hand, let me know, or just come on and talk.
Okay. Yeah, anyone can just switch your mic on if you want to say anything or put it in a messenger.
Did anyone have a new awareness, an expanded awareness of themselves? Appreciate myself more? Brought a few tears? Perfect, Lynn.
For those of you who've been some of you have been in my groups over the last few weeks, maybe a couple of years, and you've heard me say it, that you are already a whole being. You are already the most incredible creation. And when we look at ourselves from a distance and we drift out away from our bodies and look at our bodies, drift out of our bodies and look back at our bodies and recognize that your body is the most incredible creation. And every now and again, just take that perspective and show it some appreciation. Now, how incredible are you? Because you are the most incredible creation. And when you drift out of your body and get to that space of where you're just the essence of who you are, you realize that the essence of who you are is just pure light, energy, and love. And when you get to that perspective, and I'd ask you all to take the time out to do it, because it's so easy to get caught up in the physical. And especially for those of us who are getting older. I was talking to Blaine and Nolene before we started the call today. You know, my body aches all the time. I don't give into it. I think it was Clint Eastwood saying he wakes up every morning. He said he won't let the old man in, which I think is a great way to look at life. But you know, we can look at it, but when we understand that we are not our body, we are far more than just our body. And then you can look at things from a different perspective and recognize your true, authentic self, which is pure energy, light, and love. And as Nick was saying, you know, in we're doing these different perspective shifts. If you're having a bad moment, you know, whatever's going on in your life, if you take that time out just to look at it in terms of eternity, then you realize how insignificant whatever's happening in that moment is. You know, we've all been there, haven't we? We've been in a situation where you think, I'm not going to survive this. This is like horrendous. And then time goes by. And when you look back at that, you think, you know, I survived it and my life's gone on. And it does. So I often think if you take the perspective when you're in those moments of, we all have them, you know, we just think this is the worst moment ever. And look at it again in terms of eternity. And you'll realize that how insignificant this moment is. So yeah, but different perspectives, and especially when you take the time out, I'll ask you all to do it. You know, if we have the time just to drift away from your body for a while, and as you drift away from your body, just look back at your body in that chair and show it some appreciation. Make a decision to look after it.
It's like we get stuck in you know, in life. You used to have this, you know, tunnel vision and you're just juggling a few things. And it's almost like you turn off parts of your brain and parts of your consciousness and parts of your awareness. And you forget you're more than just taking your kids to soccer practice and seeing a client and fretting over making social media videos. And you're this, you know, the ability to tap into expanded infinite awareness and pull information from the field and connect deeply and love and feel empowering emotions. And when we move you to a different perceptual position, you start to see that again and you start to feel that. And, you know, I'm just reading the comments about the things you're knowing and experiencing. Anna says, I saw my truth clearly. Allison says she sees herself on stage. Same with Melissa. Confirmation I'm on the right path. Elizabeth says deep gratitude. These are empowering, incredible insights. And when we bring them back into our life, a little piece of us has expanded, a little piece of our awareness and our emotions and our self-understanding, right? I think inscribed at the Temple of Delphi is know thyself. And sometimes we get a smaller perspective of what we truly are. And so hopefully this helped you expand that perceptual position.
If it's okay to run something with you all, are you all up for doing something? And just, yeah, something fun. Yeah, who's up for doing something fun? You know, just, you ready? Okay. Is that okay with you, Nick? Or
Yeah,
we've got
of
something-
course. Let's do it.
Let's do this, all right? What I want you to do is just get yourself comfortable, all right? I know you're going to love this. Imagine it's going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. Right, so look, I want you to just take your right hand and put it about 3 inches from your face. That's like 70 mil or whatever it is in real money. And just a little bit above your eye line. So you're looking up at it. It's about 3 inches from your face. And I want you to look at one line or one spot on that hand like you've probably never seen it before. And look at it with fascination. And as you look at that spot on your hand, as you listen to my voice, you're going to feel that hand moving towards your face. Like your head's a lump of metal and your hand's a magnet. And that's as it starts to move towards your face, you may become aware of your eyes. And when you become aware of your eyes, you can close your eyes. That's right. And feel that hand now being pulled towards your face. A powerful magnet pulling towards your face. Imagine there's nothing you can do about that. In a moment, it's going to touch your face. When it touches your face, you're going to go into a deep trance, the most profound state as that hand sticks to your face now. Imagine your fingers are super glued to your face and there's nothing you can do about that. That's right. And as that hand sticks tighter and tighter, you're going to go deeper and deeper. That's right. Those hands moving closer and closer now. Those already there are stuck tight. And as they stick tight, I want you to just think about the people you love, people that love you. And I know a lot of you are therapists. I know a lot of you help people. Think about all the people you've helped whose lives are different now because of you. How incredible are you? Just think about those people who are living their lives differently because you met them and they heard your voice. And as you think about that, feel that smile on your face, a total understanding of just how incredible you are. Because you are love and you are loved and you are loving. And notice now that our hand is completely stuck to your face. And when you realize it's stuck to your face and there's nothing you can do about that, I want you to try and pull it off your face and find it sticks even tighter. Feel that force putting your hand to your face. It is stuck to your face. There's nothing you can do about that. And that's going to seem incredibly funny to you. The harder you try and pull it off, the funnier it's going to get. And you're going to start to giggle at the thought of your hand being stuck to your face. And that giggle's, that's right, that giggle's going to turn into a laugh. You can try and control it now. And feel that laugh getting stronger and stronger. It's the funny, look at that hand stuck to your face. You can open your eyes, look at that hand stuck to your face. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen. And you're going to start giggling and laughing out loud at the fact your hand is stuck to your face. That's right. It's getting funnier and funnier. And as you begin to laugh and think how funny that hand is stuck to your face, I wonder if there's anything else in your life that if you could just laugh at it, how different your life would be. Something that's been bothering you, but if you could just laugh at it now, just think about it and laugh about that now and notice how that perspective changes. That's right. From today, every limitation's gone. Every negative limiting belief gone. I'm going to count to 5. On 4, your eyes will open. You're going to feel incredible because you are incredible. And on 5, as your hand comes unstuck from your face, every limitation comes unstuck from your mind. 1, feeling wonderful. 2, to create the life you want, helping others create the life they want. 3, feeling of freedom from every limitation. 4, eyes opening. 5, hand coming unstuck, feeling absolutely incredible now. Excellent. Every block unstuck. How incredible are you all? I hope you've enjoyed this session and understand that nothing exists outside of your skull except as perception. Nothing. You're all looking at me, and Anne could describe me to Martin, and Martin could describe me to Georgia. Georgia could describe me to Elizabeth. And you could all get an idea. You say he's a bald man with a goatee beard sitting in a white shirt. And you think you're all looking at the same thing. But if for one moment Anne could have Martin's perspective of what I look like, or Andrew could have Elizabeth's perspective of what I look like, it would be so vastly different because I do not exist outside of your skull except as perception. It would be like mind-boggling because I only exist as chemicals and all those intricate things that are going on in your brain. I do not exist outside of your skull except as perception. And when we realize that, we can think of everything like that. Pain, emotions, we can just change our perspective. Imagine it differently. You know, if you're worrying about anything, if you've been worrying today about anything, been feeling anxious about anything, I'm going to remind you, whatever you're feeling anxious about is somewhere out there in the future. And the future does not exist. It can only be imagined. In other words, you have a perspective of what that outcome is going to be. And you can change the way you feel just by imagining it differently. If you're feeling any anxiety, do it right now. Just whatever you're feeling anxious about, you're running an imagination in your mind. You're running a perspective in your mind. Just change that image and see what happens in your brain. And bring yourself back to this moment, because nothing exists outside of your skull except as perception. Here endeth the lesson. I hope you've enjoyed it. You're all incredible. I sometimes wish you could have my perspective of you, and you'll know how incredible you are.
And Freddie, that's one of the gifts, you know, for those that are coaches and parents and hypnotists that you can bring to your clients and your families is the perspective that they're more than just their emotions and their behaviors and their compulsions, and that they also are that expanded, unlimited being who's capable of anything. And, you know, that's one thing I've learned from Freddie is just to hold that in your imagination, like we do when we get on these calls with you. I know all of you are capable of anything you set your mind to. And we're just every week just trying to show you that. And so you can also bring that to the people in your life and give that gift to them.
Any questions before we say good night, good morning, good afternoon? It's amazing that we've got people who've got Nolene in Tasmania. It's the morning there for her. And you've got Nick, who's 5 hours or 6 hours behind me. Nolene, who's 7 or 9 hours in my future. It's amazing. See, we time travel through Zoom. How amazing is it? Any questions? Are you all in that beautiful state of feeling great? That's how did you do that, Anne? That's great what you're doing there. Do you see that with Anne Gage? Look, what's the stuff that she's got coming up there? How did you do that?
I think I can do it.
It's in
now.
your React.
Look at that. Look, rockets going off.
Oh, I can do it too.
There
I
you
just,
go.
I just
You got-
updated my Zoom, so
No,
You
great.
click on React, you get send with effect.
Fantastic. And Charlotte, I have to say it again. It's so good to see you. I hope life's treating you well and everything's good for you.
Yes, thank you.
Good.
Lovely. I will definitely attend again.
Who's coming to the retreat, the
Nice to have you.
JHA retreat next week? Andrea? Anyone else? Jared's coming. That's good. Okay. Well, you know, it's free, our retreats in the lakes for anyone who's a JHA member. So one day, hopefully, see you all there. Doreen's been. She's not recovered yet. That was 2 years ago, whenever it was. Anyway, it's been lovely seeing you all.
I think Delane raised her hands. Is she still there? Did you want to say something, or was that for the retreat?
Elizabeth? Who raised their hand?
No, Delane did.
That was, I was looking at the reaction button and I just,
Oh, okay.
it popped up. I don't know what, I was just
Now
playing
Blaine's
with
got hers going
it.
too.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. That's perfect.
Everyone's playing with their reaction buttons now.
Yeah. We need to come up with our own. We need to put an arrow or something in the reactions there.
Yeah. Right. Vicky's been on our retreat. Vicky and I had we had a hypno session while we were waiting for the boat to come in on the Monday, take us on a boat trip. Yeah. There was a couple there wondering why Vicky was sitting next to me with her eyes closed while I was whispering in her ear, saying a bit strange. God knows what I thought was going on there.
Yeah, but you cured my fear of flying. I love flying now. It's amazing.
Great. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, that was in like 5 minutes while we were waiting for the boat to come in.
And I used to have to
Yeah.
take diazepam to get on an aeroplane. I could not. I was a nightmare. Yeah, so I just love it now.
Good.
Amazing.
Good. We don't have to live with these irrational fears anymore.
There's
Okay.
last thing I'll leave you guys with. So for those of you who have library subscriptions, I've added my Preformance Protocol, which is a mental rehearsal for any type of performance you have. That is in your library now. I haven't sent an email about it, but something to check on. A few people have been through it and say it's really good. So I need to shoot a video kind of explaining it, but if you have something performance related that you want to mentally rehearse, it's in the library. It's called the Preformance Protocol. I also added one of my old group coaching programs called Metamorphosis that I've gotten a few messages from some of you that are really enjoying that as well. So, and then we're working on, we'll add the Cloaks of Power and an arrow technique and a few other things in the library in the next few weeks here. So,
And if any of you have any ideas for what you want us to do on these breakthrough broadcasts, just let us know. You can just let us know what you think. Oh, I'd love, you know, Nick and Freddie to do a session on this or that, you know, whatever it is you think, because the chances are everyone's thinking at the same kind of thing. So whatever it is you think, you know, unconditional self-love, fearlessness, feeling of, you know, gratitude and laughter and love, and, you know, whatever it is you want us to work on, we'll make something up as we normally do as we go along.
Yeah.
And you won't know because it will seem like we've been doing it forever, but we'll just made it up 5 minutes before we get on air.
Sometimes it's, you know, it's been something we've been working on for years, but yeah, so we're always coming up with new stuff. We're going to do teach you how to install phobias one of these weeks, I think, right, Freddie? Is that on the list?
Yeah, give everyone a phobia.
Yeah. We'll teach you how to do that. No, I'm kidding, obviously. All positive suggestions here. So, okay, well, everybody, we'll see you next week.
Okay, great to see you all. Take
Thank
care.
you so much.
Thanks for
Thank
joining.
you.
Bye.
Thanks so much.
Thank
Brilliant.
you.
So much. Brilliant.
Chris
Thank
and
you.
Barbara.
Good to see you all.
Bye.
Great,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Thank
Love to see
you.
you, Doreen.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye, Doreen.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye
Blaine.
now. Good to see you, Chris. Always. You, Martin, and you, Anne.
Yes, thanks.
Bye.
There we go. Couldn't turn myself off there. Okay, bye. Bye.
Take care. You okay there, Nick?
Yeah. Yeah, just scattered. A lot of things going on today, but good. How you doing?
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Let me know about the videos you want us to make, and I'll crack on.
Oh
with them.
yeah, I've been deep into real estate stuff the last few days, so I'll get you a message over for that. I'm getting highlight clips back from Guillermo and Nadine, and they're looking really good from our self-hypnosis calls, just little, you know, 2 or 3 minute clips. And I haven't been publishing them yet, but they look pretty sharp. So I'm excited to start putting that stuff out. So
what are your thoughts? When do you think we'll be doing we're going to be doing a podcast? And you sent me a thing, didn't you? Sent me that video, didn't you?
The video for the...
Did you send me a thing, a link? Or maybe it was, no, it must have been the self-hypnosis group. The link to...
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, it's I want to get a weekly YouTube video going first, because I think that's gonna drive traffic. And then I'm trying not to bite off more things at once than I should, because I've done that in the past. And so I'm trying to get just nailed down each system at a time. But I'd like to do YouTube videos and then the podcast. So that's in our, hopefully, the near future here.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I think we're all set.
All right. Okay, well, take care.
Okay, you too, mate. Hey,
see you soon.
Freddie, is this with you're filming this with your computer's camera, or are you using your Sony? What do you use to film?
I'm using this, you know, not the computer camera. I've got another one.
Okay, like a Logitech or something.
Yeah, it is Logitech.
You have the
It is
Logitech. Okay.
Why? What are you thinking?
Well, I bought a camera to have 2 going at once. You have a Sony, right?
Yeah. Well, Sony what?
It was just a camera.
I've got an Apple, and I also got a Samsung phone. Are you talking about that as a?
No, but don't you have a
camera.
video? Yeah, a camera.
Yeah, I've got a push Sony camera. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay. I'm just trying to think, because taking our clips from Zoom is a little challenging. Like, the quality is just not great. So if we're recording it, like if I record it on my computer, you record it on your computer. I think either your camera's probably fine, or the Logitech's probably fine, or the Sony. But I think we have to record it off Zoom as well for those highlight clips.
Okay.
but I gotta get my system set up and then I'll figure it out and share.
Yeah,
it with you,
I can find a way of. I've got a a camera stand.
Yeah.
Selfie stick. I could put my phone on there and
Okay.
phone it on, got 'em on my phone as well, if you like.
Cause Zoom's quality is like 600, and we want to be 1080 or 4K or something. So
Right.
I think that'll just help our video quality. But other
Okay.
than that,
How does this sound in this? Does it sound boxy?
it sounds echoey. Yeah.
Right.
You got the same setup you had before, just in a box.
No, I've moved to another room. With
Oh.
this thing. So I've been trying to set up a thing to do my recording in, and that's why I'm asking, because I think, so I've just built this kind of box really with, insulation stuff, not insulation. Yeah. It's the stuff you put in the buildings,
How far away from your microphone are you?
about 18 inches.
Okay.
If I speak into it a bit closer like this, does it sound any better?
It does.
So if I speak closer to it, it sounds less boxy.
It does. I think if you're back here, you're getting more reflection that's hitting it. I think when you're up here, you're getting more of a direct.
Yes, I want to start recording my book, and so that's my whole point. I really want to. I'm going to crack on with it. I'd love to get it done before I get to Las Vegas. Really.
So record it like this. Like if you just have your mic from here to here,
Yeah.
speak into that, record it, see how the sound quality is, because I think you're going to get a better.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3.
It does sound
I'll
better.
try it I'll try it on when I start recording it on.
Okay.
Capacity.
Okay.
And see. It's just I need to have. I don't want traffic sounds or not. They've got a lot of traffic here, but we've got farms either side, bloody tractors up and down. So.
Well, this mic and the road should eliminate a lot of that background noise.
Right.
And then are you having somebody edit the audio?
No.
Oh, well, just record it, send the audio to me. I'll have Nadine normalize the audio, take the clicks and S's out, and
okay.
Yeah, that'll make it.
That'll be a big audio, mind you. That's the thing. It's 170,000 words.
You'll have to put it on Dropbox or the Drive.
Okay. Are you recording your pre